Hi everyone, this is Ashanti Edwards and I want to welcome you back to Marketing Growth Hacks. So before I begin, I want to just let you all know that during the time of this recording, I'm at work. So if you hear a bell ring or anything of that nature, or if it seems like I probably paused the recording and I sound a little different, I am at work and I am recording while here, and I do have to answer the door for clients if they answer. But And if you're wondering what I do, and I explained that in episode number 1, so go check that out. What do people who are already successful do and who has longevity in the game? And one thing or one particular trait that they have is establishing themselves as themselves. Instead of establishing themselves as experts, they establish themselves as someone that is either on the journey or has done the journey and showing you the steps, or basically someone who has been through it. They don't assert themselves as the expert that just knows it all. Who hates that person? Because who wants to deal with a know-it-all? Nobody likes them. People actually gravitate away because of that inflated ego, and it just is very icky. Like, so how do I present myself? Before I really started getting into recording podcasts and actually publishing, at first I wanted to do the whole expert thing, but then I was like, that's just not me. And I don't like that to even listen to or watch. So why emulate something I already don't like? So I chose to just go with the flow. It's not perfect, anything at the moment. I'm just getting it done. Done is better than perfect. Serving people at a high level, regardless of if it's free or not. And at the moment, I'm working for free because I want to serve and show people my way of how I'm working towards getting out of the rat race. And I can only speak for me. And hopefully, it's showing through what I'm already doing and what I have already done. Yes, I'm at work. That was the bell. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm back at it. Okay, so, you know, becoming more in touch and sharing those moments and that passion with others. I'm learning to tap into it. I'm still a little shy, introverted, but I'm working through those. I won't say they're excuses, but there are, you know, parts of me that I'm working towards and, understanding and getting over them and overcoming the shyness in certain moments. And so basically, so I read this article. No, it's a blog post from it's a it's a it's a blog post from, what is that? Inc. If you ever read or been on Inc.com, they do a lot of different coverings on entrepreneurship, life, and all other stuff. And I would suggest you go check it out. I found this article. It's called "If You Want to Be a Successful Entrepreneur, Get Comfortable with Your Vulnerability." So I initially, and I specifically highlighted a not highlighted, but I copied a quote from the article, the blog post, and I wanted to share it with you guys to let you, see where and what stuck out for me in the article, blog post, article, whatever, and to get an understanding that it's very fine and it's okay to be you. And I'm not just saying this to you guys, this is more of a manifesto and something to instill in myself to remember to be me and to not try to be something that other people project of me. It's not my job to remember that, just as it's not your job to remember or to try to fit whatever unrealistic idea they had of you. Your job is to be you and feel and be free and feel as authentic as possible. So the quote is, when you embrace the fact that as an entrepreneur you will face times of vulnerability, your business can reach new heights. This is by James Payne. He's the one who wrote the article that's in Inc. So once again, the blog post name is, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, get comfortable with your vulnerability. So this really struck me, and it really got me thinking about different ways I could show my vulnerability, and how I can, at times, I know my personality is very strong, and when I have my mindset on things, that's just basically it. And sometimes, I do, as all people, we all have to work on ourselves one day at a time, but it's a matter of knowing that you have to and taking that action. So I've been taking the time every day to reflect, think. I speak to myself, speaking out, positive affirmations, and getting it out into the universe, and, spreading the vibrations. And not only that, I'm sharing that with you because it's not easy. Sometimes, the old me, or the me that I'm trying to transform from into growing into the new me, there's like a tug of war. And at times, like, like it's easier to give up, but then I remember the pain and the that need to want to change my surroundings, the type of environment I'm in, and I always remind myself, and it's good to remind yourself of the pain that is poking at you consistently, and not becoming or getting to the point of comfortability of, it hurts but I could bear with it. You don't want to bear with it. And I'm getting out of that process of, and that feeling of just being okay with being in pain. It's not okay, and your life is yours. You waste it, that's all on you. However, if you feel that need to change, make the change. And that's what I'm doing. I'm making the change, learning how to show the vulnerability, show the commitment to myself. And because so far, on at least on my Facebook page, I probably have maybe a few people, but right now I'm being committed to myself to show that I can do it. And as you know I will grow as a entrepreneur and as a businesswoman. However, it takes time, and I don't want to rush the process, because at first I did. I really, because we all think about the money, it will solve this, and that, and it'll make me happy. It really won't. And the more I think about it, and the more you see it, it doesn't make you happy. And please remember, I work in a mental health facility, so I see a lot of different clients, and it doesn't matter what type of, no matter what type of, what is it called? Um, Family they come from. It doesn't matter what type of family, whether they're rich or poor. Mental illness, it strikes anybody, doesn't matter your tax bracket. What I'm trying to say is basically that, although I see it all the time. This is what I'm trying to say. I lost my train of thought for a second. I apologize. I've been up all night at work. Anyway, I see the to myself. I've done that where, I didn't know what I want to do, so I just gave up. In a sense, I would say I fell in a depression. I'm not a doctor, but I know myself. I won't say I'm a sad person. I'm not a sad person. I'm not a weepy person. I normally love to laugh and make jokes and enjoy the little things in life, whether it's going out to eat or whatever. And for the last like 2 to 3 years, I haven't done that. I haven't done it. And, I'm learning to enjoy the finer things and the littler things in life. And sharing that with you all helps me, and is very therapeutic to speak about this. I've spoken to this with my boyfriend before. I've spoken a little bit about it with my mother, but I don't overspeak it, only because I don't want her to think that, maybe, I just don't want her to worry too much about me. She has other things going on in her life, and I'm grown. And I understand, needing family and all that stuff. That's why I told her a little something. However, I just don't want to over worry my mother. So, just put, like I'm doing right now, I'm speaking into my phone, it's on record, and just let it rip. That's just basically what I did. I really didn't, I didn't really plan this podcast. Like I had a quote that I wanted to read and let you hear, and, you know, hopefully persuade you to read that article and to understand that being vulnerable and showing that at the end of the day, you are human, you have those feelings, you have goals, you have those urges to do more, be more, and it's okay to share that. All right, so I'm gonna hop off of this now. I have some funnels to finish up, and I have a bunch of other things and other tasks that I need to tackle off. So I'll speak to you all in the next podcast. Bye.